Okay.
Super. All
Ah,
right, we're here.
yep.
We did it. Congratulations. It's November. So tomorrow is pre-order day for the spring catalog and January online exclusives. I've linked both of those in the Facebook group, so hopefully you've had a chance to look through those. We got to see some of them in action on the big screen at Backstage, and so I can tell you that for online exclusives, the Lovely Blossoms is a really sweet set, and the paper's really, really pretty, and it has secrecy in it, so who wouldn't, right? One of our new favorite colors. And so that was really pretty, and we got to see that from online exclusives. We also got to see a few things from the mini catalog, and then a few things were sneaked peeked in that demonstrator planning place video from last week. So hopefully you had a chance to watch that.
Yes.
But there are definitely some fun things. Lots of Valentines, which is awesome because they last year I think they learned we were very sad that they took Valentine's
Yes.
out of the spring catalog. So the perfectly paired, the square snippets and the joyful squares, the kind of quilts looking paper is really cool. Um, and they featured a few things like the Hope, Love, and Joy bundle, which was neat to see. The Beach Boardwalk, which was Shannon's favorite, and the Cute as a Bug, Sweet Bugs set. Super cute. That was Brian Pilling's favorite, so they were still battling it out. The Easter set's really cute, and the bunny doesn't look deranged, so that's great. So we've had some weird bunnies before, y'all. And there's a cute paper weaving project in there with the baskets. So if you haven't taken a look at the Easter stuff, give that a whirl. The vellum pieces are really cool. The beautifully adorned ephemera pack. It's 6 vellum sheets, and you can color on them with the blend markers. So if you like blend markers, and you like doing a bit of light coloring, that is cool. We got to see the memories and more. It was really pretty. And they made a couple cards with that and the puffy stickers. Everybody loves the puffy sticker. There's 2 sets of puffy stickers in this catalog. So hopefully you've had a chance to hang out. Remember that the catalog will ship with your order. So we were fortunate enough to get a print copy last week, which was really nice of them. So you will not get a copy of the catalog in the mail anymore. It comes with your first order once that catalog goes pre-order for demos. So you will get yours in your first order. So there's an incentive to place an order tomorrow, even if it's small, even if you're like, yeah, I just want to see some of that paper or, something small. A couple of other sales that are happening for the first time ever. Stampin' Up! Is doing a Black Friday sale, which is exciting. That runs next week, Tuesday to Monday, December 1st. I know the reason why they pulled it to Monday is because in case there are ordering issues, they're back in the office on Monday and they can address those. That is the reason why we haven't done a Black Friday sale before because they're not in the office, right? They give their employees off and they don't want to have people have to be in the office. Oh, Glenda, just turn off your camera, baby. Let's just mute. Yeah, there we go. I was like, we were going on a magic carpet ride there. Um, so, um, I know that's why they haven't done Black Friday sales before. I'm very excited that they're going to give this a try and just pull the sale through Monday, December 1st. So we don't know what is going to be up to 40% off, but I can't wait to see. And I'm hopeful that it'll be some good things. We still have the kit challenge going on this month as well. So if you sell 10 kits, then you get an exclusive pack of paper, and they're going to invite you to a special card class where we use that paper. This is similar to what happened with the Better Your Best Sales Challenge with the pink paper that we had last year. Um, so, um, that is a cool opportunity and selling 10 kits. I think you could give some kits as gifts. You could, there's some like lower price kits that you could definitely look at. If you wanted to do a Christmas card class, there's still a Christmas card kit there. Um, and I was laughing because they were like, look, just, your people don't know that that was last year's Christmas card class. Like they have no clue that like that came out last year. It looks very pretty. And I actually taught that one as a class, as a kit class last year, and it's pretty easy to do. And I really do like it. They're very, very pretty. And the inside sentiment stamping is really, really nice. It's a stamp that like you probably would want to have around. So quite a bit going on in Stampin' Up! Land. The only other thing is the cyber sale for Paper Pumpkin that starts on December 1st. So if you have anybody who is getting Paper Pumpkin and isn't on a prepaid, remember we've done the math now. Prepaids don't save you money, but they do when they're on sale. So I did the math. It's 25% off. So all the prepaids are 25% off. And there's a little bit of a hink to it in terms of, here's the catch. So when you buy the prepaid, it will automatically start in December. So let's say that you have a current month-to-month paper pumpkin. You're going to want to go put that on pause, and then you're going to go buy the prepaid. If not, you're going to end up with two kits, which maybe you want, and that's okay. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But if that's not what you want, make sure you go pause, and you can actually pause a prepaid or a month to month, which is interesting. So, according to Rachel Tessman, who is like the demonstrator of Paper Pumpkin, she's like, I don't know, 1,000 Paper Pumpkin subscribers or something ridiculous. So I would encourage you to, and I'm going to confirm this with DS this week, and I'll make a small video just to make sure that it's really, really clear about. So, yes, you can only have one prepaid code active in your account at one time, but if you pause the old one, we think you can add a new one and then pick up your old one later. So you can't have two, like you can't get two prepaids, but you could get a prepaid and a month to month, like a month pay as you go. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. Pause what you have before you go buy the prepaid. That's the biggest key here. For those people, so then my other thing is this is great for us as demonstrators. It's always great if we can save money. But think about for whom a prepaid would make sense. Is there somebody who would want to gift a prepaid to a college student or a child, like a teenager, preteen kid would love this. So when you're talking to folks over the next couple weeks, over the holidays, whatever, and they're looking for more of an experience-based, gift, and they don't know what to get, XYZ, Paper Pumpkin could be a really good solution. The 3 month one is $61. So it's at a good price point. Uh, so anyway, I'm excited that they're doing a sale on the prepaids. And then for the month of December is when we'll start earning our product of the month. So that is being advertised in the new catalog. You might have seen there's a big splashy page about it. The product of the month is $5, and it will vary every month as to what it is. For the month of December, it is a pack of paper. It is 12 by 12 designer series paper, a full pack. And it features balmy blue and night of navy, and it's like some floral patterns, blues. They're pretty, very usable, and a great deal at $5. So we'll be curious to see. Sometimes it will be stamps, sometimes it will be paper, sometimes it might be an embellishment. I don't know. Um, if you saw sneak peeks of it and then maybe you saw them disappear, it's because they weren't supposed to post the photos of it. If you're still seeing sneak peeks, shame on them because they were told to pull them down. But we did get to see the paper, and I think Sarah made a card with it. It was cute. It's very usable. So there's one pattern I liked a lot that had like ferns and stuff on it. So um
The $75 buy-in, right?
yes, it was a
In order to
75,
get.
yeah, $75 order. Yep. And then just so you guys can mark your calendars so you know kind of what's going on. So Candy is not doing a demonstrator training event in January because she's gone. It's not that I know sometimes she's late with advertising, but she's not able to do that. So she has given Susan and Jill and I permission to move forward. So we are going to do a demo training event. And it's gonna be a little different, but we're gonna do it at John Newcomb, which is in New Braunfels. It's a retreat location, Newcomb's Tennis Ranch, and it'll be from 10 to 3. Newcomb is providing the lunch, so they have a really nice lunch there. And so we'll have a nice hot lunch, and we will have guest speakers. We will do stamping. There will be display stampers. And then we're going to do a shoebox swap in the afternoon. But the shoebox swap will be what I call like a 50-50 swap. So let's say there's 20 people there, then you will make 10 and take 10. So you won't make all of them. You will make half of what we have. And if we can't get to half, like let's say that's too many and we think there's not enough time, then we might even go a little bit higher and say, okay, you're going to go make 5 and you'll take 15 or something. So we'll look at the numbers once we get registration rolling, but that'll be rolling soon.
Date?
And yes, January the 3rd. We're going to start the year off with a bang.
Oh, good.
I know.
Okay.
So Saturday, January 3rd is when John Newcomb had an opening and availability. And so that was the only weekend that was available. We looked at a few other locations and a few other ideas with us making lunch or doing some other things or not doing lunch, but price wise, this actually ended up being better. So we're giving Southern Sweet Stampers a discount. So everybody on Southern Sweet Stampers can register for 44, and everyone else is 49 outside the team. That gives us a little bit of wiggle room, but Newcomb's definitely charging for the lunch and the space. Like they are definitely going to they will get their money. So, um, and then registration for Onstage is opening soon next week. If you are considering going to Onstage, I would strongly suggest that you register quickly. We do think it's gonna fill again, like Raleigh did. This is in Long Beach. I am looking at a house option. I've got like 9 options actually. So I've got a lot of choices depending on how many people register and who would like to stay in the house with us. There are some folks who will stay at the hotel, I'm sure. And there are several hotel options near the convention center. I am picking places that are on the like close to the water. So the convention center is kind of on the water, and I'm trying to pick places that are close to the water so that we could like, if we wanted to walk, we could just walk on the boardwalk there on the beach, which would be really fun. Um, so yay, I'm excited about that. In beach, I know Patsy's always like, beach, let's do beach. Where's the beach? Let's go. So yes, we're excited. And I hope that you'll look at On Stage as a choice for you in March. So, but I'm just going to tell you that you should register the first day or so. The first day, I think it's going to fill really fast again. So, can't say that I didn't warn you. So, I know that we had an amazing recruiting month. Congratulations to everyone. We had 17 new people join C2C Stampers, which is a lot because now we're up to 41 people. So, if your new people have not joined, 17 is a lot. And only 2 of those were mine. So, like, you guys have been busy. If your people have not joined our Facebook group, will you please, please, please chase them down, hunt them down, invite them, get them there. And because I'd love to have them in the Facebook group so that they can see all the fun things we're doing. I posted about Secret Santa, so hopefully everybody's opting into Secret Santa. I'll probably cut that off by this weekend, so that we can all start looking for stuff. Um, will it start next? I don't know what that means, Patsy, but you can definitely tell me. Um, and then I've already added all of them to my email list. So if they're not getting emails from me, please let me know. But I want to make sure that we have everybody in the team page. And so the other thing is, everybody who joined in October received an invitation to join a special Facebook group, and they're going to be doing special training in there for brand new demonstrators. If you had someone who joined, you also got the invite. So you need to look through your email. And one of the things I want to let you know was that they want team leaders to join the team, the group with their new team. So it's not just for them, you can join as well. And I'm really excited. Natalie White's going to be running it, and she's got a demonstrator council that she's put together that's going to be doing it. I think it's going to be really fabulous, not only for our new team members, but also for us. So if you got an email last week from Stampin' Up or you missed it, go back. There's a link that you can click on to join. And you at the bottom it says, like, are you joining because you're joining with your team, you're joining not with your team, or you are a new person or something. Like there's three choices. And so just pick one of the three, whichever one applies. But I think it's a great opportunity. And I'm actually going to see, we had someone who joined at the end of September. I'm going to see if I can get her to join it too, only because she joined so close to the recruiting thing. And I think it's going to be really, really supportive. So one of the things that I wanted Jill actually to talk through, because for our new demonstrators, as you're exploring being a demonstrator, you might want to take an order from a family or a friend member. They might want to, like, have you get credit for an order. And in order to do that, you have to do some things on the demonstrator website in order to like activate that. Basically, it's not automatic that people can find you when they want to place an order. So I'm gonna have Jill talk through that. Jill, I need to probably edit the sharing options. Okay, here we go. Now I can do that. Okay,
I see
now,
how this works for me.
yeah, I know. I was like, and if not, I can share and you can like talk through what I need to.
Right. So am I already shared or
No,
what?
you should share, hit share at the bottom.
Okay. Share screen.
I usually
Uh,
screen because I don't really.
start broadcast. Oh, is it going?
Yes. Yep, that is.
Okay.
And so, but now, oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yay.
Perfect. So when you log into Stampin' Up and you sign in, you're going to see this Hi Jill or Hi Your Name. You're going to click on that. And then you're going to go down to legal agreements. Seems like I can make that work. And then you're going to go to referral policies. And you're going to see where it says demonstrator locator. You should have that checked. And the big one is demonstrator directory. So yesterday when I had my recruit had 10 people over and I taught a class for her, they're going to do orders under her and they were unable to find her. So I had to figure out, and it took me probably about 15 minutes to get to that point, find that the demonstrator directory needs to be checked boxed so that other people can find you, and they can find you without a DBWS, which is important because I was thinking it had to be for the website, but it does not have to be for the website. Oh, I can't hear you. Unmute yourself. We love you.
I know, thanks. I appreciate that. It looks like you filled out the form in 2019, which is why you don't remember how to do it.
I'm
And
sure.
when people ask me to, I'm like, look, I filled that out 12 years ago. I can never remember where it is. But thank you so much for this because honestly, everybody needs to probably check this and just make sure that you have this toggled on because
Yes.
you want people to be able to find you, especially because they can find you by zip code then. And so then you come up on the list as an option for someone to order from.
And
So,
it does take like an hour or so after you activate it for it to show up because Kelly texted me while I was driving home from Giddings, and said she shows up now. So that's great.
yay! That's awesome. Thank you so much. This is really helpful. I know, the other things you have to do, you have to put in a card, like a credit card, and you have to put in banking information, right? And people are always like, why? Why do I have to put my bank? Like, well, because if you make profit, they want to put the money in your bank, right? And it might not be much, but every little bit counts, right? My mom always said, if you're not worth the small ones, you're not worth the big ones. Um, and so I'm always about like, yes, give me whatever it is. If I earn $3, give me my $3, So so go make sure that you've got all of that updated. And definitely for those of us who've had new people join, it's important to I literally thought I didn't show up because I didn't have a DBWS. See, there
Not
you go.
true. Not true.
Not true. So DBWS gives you some of the extra, features and stuff and the calendar and stuff like that. Um, and the difference that you can tell in that demonstrator locator is people with a DBWS will have a photo next to their name if they've updated their photo, but people who don't have a photo. So that's how you can tell. So that's why, like, when we talk about demonstrators who are active on DBWS and how like seasoned Stampin' Up! Customers can kind of tell who's active. It's because the photo is updated. But yeah, we want you to be found and we want people to be able to place orders with you. So yay. Thank you for that. So I want to give a big shout out. These people all recruited. So Patsy Palmer had someone join. Denise Smith had two people join. Sarah Pulma had three people join. Terry Bouquet had two people join. Lisa Hagan had one person join. Jill Moyer had three people join. Glenda had two people join. And Pat Moore had someone join. So I'm so happy that all of you recruited. As a reminder, for every recruit you get $10 from me in product credit or in event credit. You could use that money towards team meeting packets. You could use it towards the event we're going to have in January. And then top sales for October, we had Terry was over 600, Jill was over 600, and Glenda was over 600. So I am targeting 600 for the monthly sales, and I've been moving that bar, and I might end up adding another bar or something. I don't know. I got to figure out what to do about it. But 600 is where you get volume rebate. And so that's something that I want to make sure to draw attention to and to reward. I mean, you're getting a volume rebate, so you're getting your own reward, I guess. But I'm gonna look at how I'm doing rewards. I had a good conversation last week at Backstage with another demonstrator, and then Susan and I were having a conversation too. And so I might be editing that. I just need a little bit of time to see how that would impact. Like, I want to make sure that the rule of thumb is like a third of your team commissions go back into your team in one way or another, whether that's in the monthly door prizes or whatever. I tend to be extremely generous with the door prizes. And so I just need to make sure that I'm doing a good job keeping all that in check. But
What
um,
is the next level of like reward with Stampin' Up?
yeah, so like the next volume rebate or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I printed that out because that compensation chart is so important. So 600 and then 900.
because I really worked hard to get over 1,000 this month.
So I like the $1,000 club because of candy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The candy rewards that, and I think that's great. And so what was happening, like, as for those of you who are building businesses, you know, like you're like, okay, I'm going to shoot for 600 because that's volume rebate. And they're like, okay, I'm going to shoot for 900 because that's the next volume
Mm-hmm.
rebate. And then I was like, well, what's the next volume rebate? And so I looked, I was like, oh, 1200. Okay. And I was like, well, what's the next volume rebate? So anyways, I had to look. So 1500 and then it's 2500. So like that was one of the things I was trying to like I hadn't been keeping an eye on those higher numbers. I was always ingrained with like the 600 and the 900. And so for me, like now, you know, since my goal is Costa Rica, guys. Like I am putting it out there to you. I am putting it out there to everyone, to the universe. I want to earn this incentive trip so bad. And I think that we can do it. It's definitely like I've been pushing my sales pretty far, but definitely going to be working to help you guys promote because that helps as well. So when we're bronze and bronze elite, when we become silver or silver elite, all of those things help. So, and then, you know, I get points for those things, which is great. So, um, but I will say that after coming back from backstage, there are a lot of folks who are operating, you know, they're like, well, I only have my local team. I only meet with people locally. I only, you know, and then maybe it was a big recruiting month for them, but not for their team. And I feel really good about only having two recruits, honestly, because it was so great to see so many of you adding to your teams and getting your people together and finding your people and your tribes. And so I love that, you know, Patsy has a little team dinner at her house. And I like that you guys, you know, Jill was talking about how they did a Friendsgiving at her class on Saturday and they, you know, all brought food to share. Like, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear about what you guys are doing and how you're building community with your people. So, yeah, I was really happy with October was crazy. So if you haven't heard, Stampin' Up! Had a goal of 6,000 new demos for the month of October, and they had over 16,000 demos join. It was a very popular, very popular month. And they said that just over half of the people did the cheaper kit. It was like 54% did the cheaper kit, which is crazy because I'm really surprised. Like I thought it would be a lot more. So it was really interesting. Yeah. So, and the other thing they do at Backstage is they give us like a state of Stampin' Up. So kind of like a snapshot, financially, but also, you know, demonstrator count wise and new customer order numbers. And we get all of the stats and definitely year over year, everything is down. But we are trending up for this quarter. So they're hoping that like there's some positivity, some economic positivity kind of coming out, like coming this quarter into the next. So, but they were about $20 million down in revenue year over year, which was tough. So, you know, you can tell that they've made some hard choices. And you know, there was discussions about, for instance, printing on the inside of the new packaging. And they were like, if we print the stamp image on the inside of the new package, it is going to cost more money. Is it worth it? You know, do you want to pay more for that? You know, and we're like, no, like that seems silly. So don't do that. You know, I think that, you know, those are the hard things that they're looking at. And tariffs are still causing them a lot of grief. And so, so they're dealing with that as well. But always looking for efficiencies. The Dave Baugh, the operations, the COO, Chief Operating Officer, he is all excited about shipping efficiencies and other efficient. Anyways, he was very excited about. He thinks this next year is just going to be amazing and efficient. And anyways, he was very jazzed about all of the things that he's working on. So I feel like now that they've done the digital platform unification and the technology stuff has been addressed, now they're going to look at some operations efficiencies and hopefully, you know, save us some money and also still continue to provide us with the support we need with demonstrator support and fun new products. But they're really focused on Stampin' Up! As an experience brand, which I think is an interesting 3-year focus. And instead of product based, which means that we could be seeing some products that aren't paper crafting, which I thought was an interesting uh, thought. And I can't wait to see more about what that looks like. But, I think the idea of people are willing to spend money on experiences, right? They're willing to go to the paint night class or to, go spend quality time with friends and family. And the newer generation isn't as willing to acquire as much stuff. Their dreams do not include craft rooms like ours. And so thinking about how we tap into that market is really important, and making sure that we are providing really fun classes and fun experiences. And I think that's one of the reasons why like my retreats do so well, because it is a fun experience. And yeah, some stuff gets done. We do some stamping, but like it's just a fun weekend. And I told Chad, I said, okay. I said, I want to figure out how to translate that into my month to month stuff, like how can we have more fun and make it something that people, don't want to miss out on. So just some thoughts from backstage. It was really good training, and I've got some homework to do. I've got stuff I need to work on, things I want to improve for you guys, some fun new ideas, some training ideas, some reward and incentive ideas. And everybody really loved the Better Your Best party. So I still have that on the calendar for January. You'll find it in the events section of our C2C Stampers. If you've recruited, I think you've already won. I think you've already earned your seat at the Better Your Best party. So congratulations. And look and see if there's other ways that you can qualify for the Better Your Best party. But it's a great opportunity to celebrate you guys and to have some fun. And I've got good plans in place, so I'm excited. I can't wait to party with as many of you as possible. And I think we're doing that. I need to look it up, but I think it's like Friday night, the 9th of January or something like that. I'll look it up. Um, and then the other thing to know about the incentive coupons is that I've tallied the carryover rewards. So the spreadsheet that is in our group, it's pinned to the top of our group, has your carryover rewards on the right, and then it has your like current rewards on the left. I'm going to screen share just to show you. There. Okay. So these are the carryover rewards here on the right. If they're in yellow, that means that they are carryover from last year. So you have until January 1 to use those up. So they're very small. If you just want a coupon from those, just let me know and I'll just send you a Stampin' Rewards coupon. But just reach out to me. So Terry, you'll see that you have 10 carryover that you need to use now, and then you've got 10 carryover that you can just hold on to. But a few of you have quite some rewards, and some of you are now accruing considerable rewards here because of the recruiting madness that just occurred. So just keep an eye on that, and I go in and mark that. This one should be locked, so I need to lock this one. I'll protect this one too. So I'm the only person that can do this one. Restrict only me, yes. So I'm the only person that can edit this or change this. So just know that when you get here, you can't do anything. I'm the one that has to type on it. The other thing to know is our birthday tracker is here. So if you want to find someone's birthday or when they joined Stampin' Up! Or their address, it's in here too. So the other thing I'll share is that Elena has been doing our birthday cards for the last couple of years, and she is going to to retire from that position. And Crystal Sohn, who is on Jill's team, is going to be taking that over. So I'm super excited for Crystal. Crystal makes beautiful cards. Beautiful cards. We will all be so pleased to get one in the mail. And but Elena will be working through the end of 2025. So all of us December babies, don't worry, we won't get forgotten. And because there's a lot of us. We have a very heavy December team, by the way. I'm just gonna say, like, that's a lot of December babies. And then we'll start 2026 with Crystal helping with the birthday cards, which is a really wonderful help to me, and I really appreciate it. And so I do compensate them, like I pay for the postage, just so you guys know, and I also do give them a stamp every year that they do it, a stamp set. And so Patsy has a set for Elena, and I don't think Elena ever got her set from the first year. And so I ended up buying her the bundle because I was like, she did it for 2 years. It was amazing. So she'll be super jazzed. I don't know if she's gotten it yet, but she'll be excited. So, but, and then if you did the boot camp training with Rhonda Wade, she talked about having a little schedule printed out with a little piece of candy to hand to people at craft fairs. This was effective, by the way. Like I handed a bunch out this weekend, and I'll make up some more for December, January for my next craft fair, which is in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I want to see what you guys are making. I think a few of you have been working on some stuff. And so I want to do some door prizes and I want to do prizes. So I know that Dawn is new on the team, and Dawn's been here before. You guys know she's my sister-in-law. But she had something she's not feeling very well. So she said she might come on camera and show us. We'll see. Let's see. Dawn, you ready to come on camera? You want me to spotlight you? Maybe, maybe not. She's like, see how I'm feeling. All right. Who else has something? Anybody else have a fun project to show? Patsy? Oh, there's Dawn. All right, hold on. Let me spotlight. Spotlight. All right. There you go. You're spotlighted.
Hi guys.
Oh,
So can I be heard?
Yeah.
Okay. So I took the August paper pumpkin was part of my kit, and I took it and kind of tweaked it with some of the other punch outs from an extra the one of the extra kits where you can buy more of the punch out parts. And so I kind of tweaked it to where they can do whatever, So I put extra flowers on it and stuff.
nice. Love those butterflies.
And then this was one of the other ones. And so it just made everything pop a little bit more with the punch out sections.
Those are nice.
And then I really like this one. This is all from the August kit and then that extra
Oh, I
or
know what you're
August.
talking about. Yeah, it was like an ephemera pack.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes. I know
It
what you're
had
the spring stuff. It had like branches. The branches is what, yeah.
yes, it had branches, butterflies, and nest and birds. And some
Yes.
of them you could color yourself if you want to. But I thought it just added a little something to this paper pumpkin.
Super cute. I mean, it was a nice paper pumpkin to begin with, but that's really, really cute. So
Mm-hmm.
nice. Excellent job. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks.
Yay. All right. I saw Patsy had something too. Let's see. She was trying to find it. What do you got, Patsy? She's muted, but I still love her.
There we go. All right. So I had purchased the celebration kit, and so my class of people Saturday they do cards, but they do scrapbooking too. So I said, bring your things and I'll open mine up. So I opened it up, and we started it. So I have 3 sheets now, 3 pages that I
Nice.
started, and it has this is the
Cute.
one. This is from my first half marathon in January this year because I wanted to start with that. And then I'd gotten a package when we were in South Carolina of little things to go with it too. So that's
Nice.
our route for a half marathon. And then on the back, this was part of the pictures and kits. So I had
Cute.
that together. And then this is the one with the flamingo, and I was in the flamingo room.
Of course you were. Yes.
And then we had the flamingos, and then I had the flamingo there. And this was a really nice chair on the back patio.
Nice.
So it overlooked. So that was a very relaxing time to relax.
Nice. I love it. Oh,
I
awesome.
had 3 done. Yay!
That's great. I mean, when we're starting scrapbooking, if you haven't scrapbooked or it's been a long time since you've scrapbooked and you're trying to get back in, it's great. And it's great when you have customers who push you. I know Jill has a group that is wanting to do scrapbooking, and so she got pushed back into it majorly because she's done it before. But yeah, it's good for those of us to take our training wheels off and try to try to bicycle with the big kids. So good. Any other shares? I know Jill's going to share.
I have some.
Okay, good. I'm going to do Jill and then I'm going to come to Glenda. Good job, everybody.
Okay.
All right.
So I have, I pulled out my scrapbooking stuff so I could show that from the adventure class that I did. Played around a little more with the Peace on Earth with my Giddings crew and came up with 2 new cards. This one here, just love that brown with it. It's really pretty. And then we played with emery boards
Oh, yeah.
with the 2-tone cardstock and got some more of that white to pop out.
Like
Let's
the arches,
see.
that one. I like the arches a lot.
I do too. That one, I mean, Pinterest was my friend, don't get me
Yeah, yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
So,
No doubt.
yeah, noted. All right. So this is one side of a 2-page layout. The nature here is stamped with trees, and then cut out with the larger letters that we have. And then the other side is this one. Notice that my the photo cards are not totally adhered down so that you can place your own photos later for it and then put over any embellishments or the punches and stickers that you want to use. What got me started with the trees was this one. And then I incorporated it. Let me move back. Incorporated it.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, it's just focusing in, quit
What
focusing in on
is
my shirt. What
what
is
is
the
I
deal?
don't know. I've never seen it do
It's
it.
my iPad. It has this new, fandangled focus thingy
Holy
bobber.
moly. It's
So,
like I love how it
so
went
the
to the word.
trees are 3 generational. Stop that. 3 generational. And so the 3rd generation looks like it's in the mist, which is really, really cool. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it is really something to see. And this was the other side of the 2-page layout. I used the trees and the mountains from the which set that is that goes with it. The with the die cuts, and that was fun. Everybody seemed to like that. This is just the regular first page. Let's see. That's not that big a deal. Let me see. Let me see. I have to go back and put more things
So you
down.
took, so Jill, and there's a difference between I think what you and Patsy did. So Jill, you took a workshop,
Mm-hmm.
right? And edited it, right?
Correct. Correct.
Patsy took the non-workshop. She took the, what are they calling that? Where it's just the stuff and not the workshop. And I'm going to come up with the right word for it in a minute, I promise.
Oh, it's the paper pack and the sticker sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. So, and I think that that's really interesting because one gives you a lot more freedom to like kind of do whatever you want. to have like the paper and the sticker sheet. And then if you wanted to use the coordinating stamp set, you could. And then the other one, it comes very scripted, but then Jill took the very scripted thing and went off script, which is
Yep.
great.
And you still had plenty of papers left to make additional pages than the, how many did we make? 8, I think, yeah, we had 8 pages. I did one from the traditional scrapbook layout that they had, a 2-page spread, and then I took the other 3 and ran with it. And so there's still more left that you can make additional pages easily and plenty of embellishments to go with it.
Yeah, I think that's it's interesting that you guys tackled it, in 2 different ways. And it's kind of interesting to understand how those 2 things, for the non-scrapbookers, how those 2 things operate differently. So I love it. Glenda, let's see. Oh, Patsy,
I was just gonna say, because mine had the stickers in it, the Celebrate kit, but I got the stamp set that Jill used, the Adventures set, because I like that and sort of combined the 2.
Yeah, because you were doing adventures at the beach, so you wanted
Mhm.
kind
Yeah.
of fun, girly pop
Yeah.
colors, but the adventures.
And I did pick up I did add a bundle to it to make that all work.
Yeah.
And what else was oh shoot, brain fog.
It might come back to you.
I forgot what it was. Oh, I did add.
My question is,
I did add some additional pages, like the 2-tone cardstock. That was the most cost effective and also lighter in weight, which is great for scrapbooking. So I added like $5 to my cost for the extra items and to help cover the bundle and yada 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 yada.
That's nice. Terry, you said you had a question?
yeah, is it often that you get your clientele to want to deviate from your plan, and how do you handle that?
Oh, like if they want to do something different than what you've planned.
Right.
Oh, I'm game. Just if they want to go rogue, they can go rogue. And a lot of times they'll, ask me, what do you think about this or whatever. I had a few people do a slight variation and I'm like, that's great. I love that it inspired you.
Yeah, and I think that, even in card class,
Mhm.
today I went to Anita's senior center and we had a card class and Anita flipped the paper upside down and I thought one lady was going to have a coronary and Anita was like, "No, this is what I want to do." And I was like, "Yes, Anita can go off script. It's allowed." It was so funny. But, it's their card, it's their project. We want them to be happy, right? And so the only time that I like sometimes when I had this phenomenon happen a couple of years back at the senior center, and I had to kind of it would be like, well, I want this sentiment. Well, I want this sentiment, but I don't want it to say this. Well, I want it, and I'm like, okay, guys. So sometimes I'll give them 2 choices. Sometimes I don't give them any choices when it comes to that. I'm like, if you want to go home and do that yourself, you can. But I didn't bring that today. That was how I got around that. So don't let it make more work for you, necessarily, but if they want to do, and then Patsy, you're muted, but what were you going to add?
Okay. I was just gonna say, because I usually, with the people, I've had them for a while, so I go ahead and put out 2 or 3 stamp sets. I said, "You can choose any sentiments you want on
Yeah.
this." It's
And that's nice because you're at the house, right? And so
yes, because
you
it's
can just
here.
run and go get it,
Yes.
you know, I'm usually at the senior center, right? I brought what I've brought. Today I brought the smallest bag on the planet, and everyone was impressed it all fit in there. So,
But that makes
so
a difference because I can change it up or whatever they want. I can, if they want something specific, I just say, okay, we'll go ahead with the rest of it. And we
yeah,
did do the 3D, the shadow box card first. I said, okay, I really want to do this with you. And they loved it. And they had a really cool idea to, because of the Christmas trees, of putting the Christmas DSP behind it, where we put the lights, the Aurora lights behind it. I said, great idea. And we could do it colored and you could put the paper on the front. And so we come up with a lot of ideas too.
cool.
So
And then, yeah,
that
then the
was,
idea is then you're teaching them now they can go home and do something else, they can
Mhm.
they got inspired. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
me too.
Cool. That's good. All right, Glenda, let me spotlight you so you can share.
Okay. I got on last week when they had the Get Together kind of event. It was only lasted about 30 minutes, but I wanted to see how they approached it. And so I pulled out some kits and I did this kit. I had bought some ahead, so I had one, and I've got a few. I'm trying to set up a Christmas class, and I am going to put some more pretties on there. It needs some
Bling. It
little.
needs a little bling.
It
Yeah, yeah,
needs bling.
yeah, yeah.
And I also did the kit with the nutcracker tags, but I forgot to bring them up. They're down in my room and
Those have a
I'm
lot on them.
lounging. But I did this kit this weekend between customers in my shop, and I'm going to bling it up too. But I just thought that was so cute. I don't know if you all have done this kit or not, but it's got vellum behind the windows.
The windows, so cute.
Yes, I just thought those were a blast.
The attention to detail was really nice on that one.
Yes. And I think I did every one of them with a cruise into another year for a birthday.
Love it.
I did that. And then I also this weekend between customers pulled out this old tags because I like to use handmade tags on the gifts I do. So I did a set of those, and now I have a set of the nutcrackers. And when my paper pumpkin comes, I'll have another set. So
Yeah, I just got mine in, so that's exciting.
yeah, mine should come later in the week. Where oh, I love that red truck too, Kathleen. It was just so cool.
It's so cute. So cute. Excellent. All right, y'all. Anybody else have a project they want to share? Anita, Terry, Pat, Kathleen. If not, I've got some fun, pretty things. The last thing I'll say is, I had my craft fair this weekend. It was successful. That was good. It was my second highest grossing craft fair ever, which in my history of keeping track of them, which goes back 4 years, I think, 5 years, which is great. And then the gentlemen always find me. So there was a gentleman who wanted custom cards and he had an idea. And I always get these guys who have an idea and they want to see if you can put it into fruition. I feel like it's almost a challenge, right? But anyway, so I've got this one realtor guy who I just did a whole bunch of custom cards for him, and I'll send you guys, I'll post some photos of the custom cards. So he wanted 4 packs of cards for his customers to give out as gifts. And then he also wanted like 5 custom cards to send to people. And he is really into VW buses. And remember, we had like a VW van in one of our sets a while back that I happened to keep because, I don't keep everything. So anyways, I did a custom order for him. He was very pleased. So then this other guy finds me and he's like, okay, this is what I want. I print these on Vista Print, and he like shows me a photo and he's like, but this is way nicer. He's like, I can't believe you make these. This is crazy. He's just so excited. And so I was like, okay, I'll make some custom cards for you. So I said, okay, how many do you want? And I said, I've got some retired DSP that I think will work for what he wants to do. And I said, I can make 12 out of this paper. And he was like, oh, that'll be perfect, perfect. So don't be afraid to do a custom order for somebody. Also, don't be afraid to be like, I don't have that, or I can't produce that, or I can produce something similar. Here's what I can do. So I'll probably show you guys the photo of what the guy wanted and then what I did for him. And then I'll do that for the next guy too. So you can kind of see where, like, he wants aqua and gold. And I don't like that combo. And I was like, we're going to do aqua and silver, you know? And so, but his company's aqua driven. Anyways, he's very funny, but the funny old dudes always find me and they always want custom cards. And it was hilarious. My other vendor friends were dying laughing because this guy was chatting me up. And it was so, so funny. So, anyways, Steve, what do you think made it so successful? That's a really good question, Kathleen. Um, what I have learned is you have to have something small and pretty to draw them to the table. So I do the cups, those little cups that are wrapped in DSP, and then you put a chocolate, or I did a bath bomb this time. People want to know what's in the cup. They are drawn to the table by the cup. They want to see the cup. They want to hold the cup. They want to understand, did I make the cup from scratch? I'm like, no, I just wrapped them with paper and put a pretty stamped thing on top. And, but so you need something small to draw them to the table, something that they're very curious about. And then I keep my pricing really simple and interchangeable. I actually sold a lot of dog treats this time. I will post a photo. But they were these cookies that I got at HEB, and I like put them in little cello bags and made a little tag topper, and everybody wanted to get their doggy some treats. So I sold a lot of dog treats and cups. I think I sold 18 cups, and probably six of the treat packages for the dogs. I sold one of the little gingerbread pencil things that I stole the idea from Terry because she is so fabulous. And then I sold a whole lot of cards. I sold one kit and I sold um, one home decor piece. And it was actually one of the ones that Rhonda Wade had designed, the Coffee and Jesus one, because a lady knew someone who's opening a coffee business and she wanted to buy it for her friend. So, and then I gave her one of the coffee cards and said, hey, if she's interested in doing like custom cards or custom orders or something, let me know. And I slipped her a card because I don't sell a lot of home decor pieces. So I was kind of excited to sell one and I was excited. And then I got a bunch of contacts, including a lady who does paper crafting, who is a Stampin' Up! Demo, who wants to come to retreat. So you never know. I took a page from Terry's book and talked to some of the other vendors because I think that, there's crafters there. There's people who maybe they don't enjoy paper crafting yet, but they might. Um, so got a lot of good contacts. And stayed really positive. I think that that was something people feel that. Like if you're positive and joyful, people are going to feel that. If you're optimistic, we have one of our friends is kind of a Debbie Downer and it was not trending well for her in the morning. And she's like, "Oh, I haven't made my booth fee up, blah, blah, blah," And I was like, it's gonna be fine, and I was like, you just need to stand up and be engaged and smile and it'll be okay. And she did. She made her booth fee back and she got there. But, you could definitely tell that she was having a moment in the morning, And I posted an Instagram post that talked about like all the feelings of working a market. I hope that you guys will go back and click on that. You have to have Instagram, I think, to see it, but maybe not. But I put it in our C2C stampers. It's hilarious and completely on point. And so if you haven't worked a craft fair before, or if you have, you're going to find it hilarious because it's the ups and downs of hosting a craft fair. Of having a table at one is wild, right? How long can I wait until I go pee? Who will cover my booth while I go pee? Right. Oh, thank God one of my friends came. I can go pee now. Can I shove food in my mouth behind this display before the two customers come? At one point I just gave up. I ate my lunch because I was like, I have to eat. I'm going to pass out if I don't eat. So anyway, mad respect for Terry because Terry does a lot more of these than I do. And always, it's hard work. I mean, it is you are exhausted after a craft fair, and you deserve a long winter's nap when you get back for sure. So. But it's that season. So, and don't be afraid to take a craft fair late in the game or, late for you or even close to Christmas. I'm doing one that's like December 15th or something. There's all sorts of last minute Lucy's. And I have a lot of people. I have one guy who comes every year and buys like 30 to 40 birthday cards for the next year at my December craft fair. So, and I had a lot of repeat business this time. So people came up and they said, "Oh, last year you were in there, but the year before you were out front. And oh, we came to find you and we're here to buy more cards and we just ran out of cards." And well, that's a great thing, right? To be somebody's card lady, right, is a great thing. So, um, yeah. So, and I think consistency, like sticking with the same fairs over and over again, is really smart. I think that people come to know you and come to see you. So, um, and try not to spend all your money on the other vendors. It's hard. It's very hard, but I try not to walk around too much. But there's such cute stuff. Good. Okay.
Can I give you some more?
Yeah,
Can I
Terry.
give you some more tools?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you some tried and true tools. Okay, and you don't have to agree with me, but I can guarantee you they will work. Number one, if you can avoid sitting, stand. People will pass you by if you're sitting because you're telling them you're disinterested in them. I'm not saying, get into a long conversation, which leads me to my second point. It doesn't matter what I'm selling, because I don't always take my inchies, but I always ask them, have you seen my art form? It's art. And they're interested. And so you made a great point. If you got something that's got something in it, it's human nature. They want to know what's in there. So number one, just don't sit if you don't have to. Number two, greet them and say, have you seen my art? It's a yes or no question. If they say no, jump right in there. If they said yes, you say, thank you for coming back and visiting me again. I mean, you got to be Mary Sunshine. Okay, point number three, always wear lipstick or lip gloss. And I'm going to tell you why. And the brighter, or I always wear pink, it's my signature color. But when I want to make a point, I wear red. And I'm going to tell you why. When you're talking, they're looking at your lips and they're listening. They're not looking at your boobs or the shoes that you're wearing, which takes me to another point. Wear the lipstick. Always, always, always wear a black top or a white top. And the reason is that you're wearing a black top or a white top is because when you pick up your product, they're not looking at your flowery top. They're looking at your product with a solid background. Don't wear red, don't wear pink. It may not be their choice. Red might make them mad. Pink will think it's silly. Black or white, if you can do it. Those are signature colors. Now, you wear color. I wear this ball cap almost everywhere I go. It's on my business cards, or one of them is. And I'll wear a fancy hat. It's all, your stuff is cool. Make no mistake. But you are also cool, so you dress the part. So those are my 4 points.
Yeah.
And don't go visit your vendors, because at one moment you walk away, here comes the lady with the $100 bill.
Well, or have someone watching your stall who will come grab you, which is what my girls did. They came to grab me, which was great. I will say I was standing for most of the day, and so much so I had a black shirt on and I was leaning against the wall because I had that car accident and I'm not feeling super great. But I was standing for most of the day, and I will say that people who stand do better because you seem engaged, and also don't be on your phone, even if you're just checking. The other thing is I do not like calculating my sales while I'm there, so I don't have a ledger or a book. I'm not running numbers because I can't, and my other friend does, and I think it makes her get nervous. And then it's like, oh, haven't sold enough, and I haven't, and I'm just like, we're just here. We're going to sell what we sell. It's going to do what it's going to do. And at the end of the day, then I'll sit down and I'll look at the money and I'll see how it fared out. But we had a great steady traffic all day. The people who host this one, this is our fifth time doing it, and they've really worked on the advertising. So we had a really steady flow. In the past, it's kind of like leveled off after like 1 or 2 o'clock. But we had a really steady flow all the way through, and it was a good fair. But I agree, lipstick, black shirt, sand all day, even if it kills you, and don't count your money. And don't
Yeah.
don't don't count your eggs before they're hatched, right?
I come from a long line of business people. I mean, almost everyone in my family has their own business. And one of the things Daddy always said was, TL, do not count your money. I don't care if you got no money or a lot of money. If you got a lot, you just stick it in the bottom of the box. Do not count your money at a show. Number
Nope.
one, it's going to be there at the end of the show. And number two, it might exactly put you in panic mode if it's not enough. You know, you
Mhm.
just count your blessings that you got there and you're left. And I will say this, repeat customers, Melissa, you nailed it. If you can go to the same shows every year, you build a clientele. There was a guy who was new behind me this year at the big show. He goes, at the end of the show, he goes, are you running for a governmental position? I said, no. I go, help me to understand why you said that. He says, I have never seen anybody hug as many people as you. And he goes, do you know these people? I said, well, I don't really like know them, but they're my repeat customers, and you know, I treat them like I treat family. He goes, well, I swear I'll be running for governor or something.
That's
I
so
said, it's the nature of it. You know, it's you love on them, and the more you love on them, the more they spend, and the more
that's
they'll
so
come back.
funny.
There's not
Yeah.
enough hugs in the world, you guys.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, I have prizes. I'm going to spotlight me, and I've drawn some names. Here we go. Spotlight. And then the other thing, I'll say, I'm going to post a link to Candy's holiday bingo. If you don't normally come to Candy's meeting, I highly encourage you to come to the December one. She does a really fun holiday bingo. It's a free meeting, free bingo. We win prizes. It's super fun. You do have to register ahead of time, though, because she is not going to be emailing cards to people. I think she is physically mailing the bingo cards. So you have to register ahead of time. So I'm going to make sure it was in a newsletter she sent, kind of buried, but I'm going to post it on our page, on our C2C Stampers, because I don't want it to get lost. But it is a blast. And then I hope you'll participate in Secret Santa. I try to do a really good job of not getting you the same person you had before. But when the pot is small, that makes it harder. So we need lots of people to participate in Secret Santa. And I'm going to let that run through. I'll probably let it run through Saturday, and then on Sunday I'll message everybody their Secret Santa person so people can start working on like finding gifts and stuff. So, all right, the prizes we have tonight. We have a set of the delightful decorative dots. They're delightful. Ooh. We have a set of the brand new earthy matte dots. These go with the Hobby Haven suite. And there's some muted tones in here. These are great for masculine cards. We have a set of the cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed berries. So for a little last minute Christmas crafting. We have a set of
Time
the
out. Wait. Please wait. I want everybody to see how nice those gifts look against your black top. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Thank you. Okay, carry on.
okay. The Riverside irregular pearls. We got a set of those and a set of the black and white gold baker's twine. So this is that new baker's twine. Ties really nice bows. I very, very much like this twine actually. So the first person on the list is Terry. So Miss Terry, what would you like?
May I please have the twine?
Yes, you may. And I will ship that back to you in your sampler. So the you might have heard at the beginning of the meeting, for those of you participating in the sampler, we're running a day or so behind on sampler pieces. I'm sorry. But it's okay. And I will get them turned around this week, I promise. So Patsy, you were next on the list. I drew some names. What would you like? You'll have to unmute yourself, but I still love you.
Cherry cobbler.
Cherry cobbler. Okay, so the cute little these guys.
Yes.
Those are super cute. Super cute. Okay, perfect. And Jill, you're next. my dear. Enjoy your name. What would you like? I know it's
What are the ones in your, oh, I don't know, not the non-colorful ones. What are those on the end? Not that, not that. What's that?
the Riverside irregular pearls.
Let me see the other two, please.
Yes. Careful inspection of product, yes. All right.
I'll take the earth and tone ones.
Earth and tone, lovely.
Thank you.
Kathleen, you're next. Do you want the very pretty, delightful decorative dots or the pretty Riverside irregular pearls? Delightful, please. Excellent. Hey, Dawn, you won one. Do you want the pearls? Will you have a use for the pearls?
Yes.
Excellent. All right then, my friend. Congratulations. Way to come to your first team meeting.
Yay.
Fun. Yay.
You'll bring it to me next week.
I will. I'll bring them to you at Thanksgiving. So, oh, the family courier, right? So, um, and then super excited. The other person that joined my team was Sandy Gray. Sandy has actually been on Candy's team before, I think with Gloria, but she comes to retreat. So, I'm excited that she joined in October too. And then we have a lot of other folks that joined. Please make sure that they got in the Facebook group, however you need to make that happen. You want to make sure that you can add them to demonstrator planning place, Southern Sweet Stampers, and C2C Stampers. Those are probably the three groups that you want to make sure they get into. There's a lot of training and stuff going on in the demonstrator planning place. And so I'm not in there often, but when they're doing these trainings and things, I definitely want to be there. So make sure that you're there. I'm going to stop our recording and then I'm going to see if there are any questions, but let me find the stop recording button.